There we go. There's the voice. Here we are in this game. It is herO against MaxPax. We're looking at the map right now. Necropolis. You haven't seen this yet. There it is. It's a beautiful map. Made by Avex. I don't know how he actually pronounces himself. He's a map maker. He has been there for a long time, man. This guy has made professional maps, or maps that made it into professional gaming for like at least a decade now. At least, probably longer. Very established personality. And you'll have to excuse me because I'm gonna have some food. But it's not gonna keep me from casting this game here. I'm gonna have ourselves a proxy here from herO. That is a weird location though. It's gonna be that robo, so it's a very standard proxy, but it's definitely in a weird location. Because you see that with the vision tower. He sees that. Why would you make it there? I don't know. I feel like it's just not correct. That's not where you want to make a proxy if you do want to have it hidden, right? It's like you wanted this to be scouted. So it's been seen now. Let's see if MaxPax can hold this. Of course, MaxPax loves his 1-gate Stargate expands. Already has the expansion up and running. You have to notice that he doesn't really keep on making probes. So he's really just putting in. He's like going on a definite small probe advantage. And then he stops. So he's had 6 probes up. That's it. Oh, herO pushing him with Warp Prism. Only 3 stalkers though. Void Ray is here. And he does have the sheep battery now on the high ground as well. That decided to deal a little bit of damage, but not too much. Notice how he remakes just the 2 probes. He loses 2, he remakes 2. Alright. I'm gonna be staying on the small probe advantage that I already had. hero's trying to push in, but 2 Void Rays already. This is ill-fated. Trying to push on the front, but he doesn't even get the shield battery. This is not looking good for herO. He has an immortal now in the mix. He's trying to overpower on the ground, and then if he can kill the shield batteries, he can fight the Void Rays. That's the idea. I get the concept. It's just so difficult to pull off. Yes, 4 sheep batteries down here. The first one does get picked off. One is empty. I'm almost looking at 4 Void Rays here at this point. And You need to have enough Stalkers to one-shot them to really snowball that fight. But it's so difficult because there's going to be the force fields that will block the entry. And the shield batteries will keep on healing, so if it's not a good, perfect one-shot, then they will heal up and you will even maybe deny the two-shot. Oh! That immortal is so low. 6 HP. So it does break down the wall, but I mean he's gonna try to utilize that by shading in the adepts and trying to put a timer basically. So he wants to kill the probes, but you need to target the probes. Yeah, there you go. And MaxPax is already starting to reproduce those. So it does not really drop below the 28 probes here, and it keeps on having that small but very impactful income advantage. It might just be a little bit too much here for herO, because herO just cannot break him. I mean, it is interesting that herO chose to do this on this map, because there's a high ground natural, right? Now we do see even a deny on a potential comeback or transition for herO. So you'll have to kill off the pylon even. MaxPax army is just growing. 18 Stalkers though. If he can get the position, he's gonna snipe the Stargate, but 6 Voiders are still here. Still 5 shield batteries around here. herO trying to move in, trying to go for the one-shots, but each time he just loses Stalker, it feels like it's kind of permanent damage. Now, what is he reproducing, by the way? He's making more gates, so he will transition into more ground units, MaxPax it is, and only the Void Rays are what is keeping him right now in the game. And he simply doesn't really lose them. And that's all you kind of need to do. He's keeping the income advantage running. He's not losing his Stalkers. Void Rays. And he just keeps on trading. And he will outtrade because he simply has more income. He has so much more income. He's really starting to snowball that as well. And this might be the last ditch effort here. herO coming in. It's actually gonna pull back. The shield batteries are blocking so much. The force field's already so annoying every time. And so many of these Stalkers are so low. They're gonna get touched by the Void Rays once and they'll just evaporate. There's still 5 Void Rays. The efficiency is off the roof here for these units. And if we look at this, it's mostly buildings that have been killed or probes. Only 1 Void Ray did fall, and a bunch of sentries, I guess. Which are, of course, expensive. And there is the Adepts being warped in across the map. This is gonna be it. herO will have to GG here. And there we go. Go to score screen. Oh, don't go to score screen. Go to cam. Alright, so that was the first map of a best of 5. And herO decided to be the aggressor. He decided to try and break MaxPax, and in the past, whenever they did that, it felt like MaxPax just knew how to defend it. So I'm not surprised that he is still able to do that very convincingly here. 10,000 feet in the next map. Gather as many resources as you can and spend them all. The large army almost always wins. Well, that's something that is up for the gods, though, of RNGesus. Oh, 1 second. Still having food, so... I'm gonna be right back here. Just 1 second. Alright, yo, ship battery, good to see you. Here we are. 10,000 feet and herO. Down 1-0. Again, with the expand build here for MaxPax, of course, as he loves to do it. I think he just does it correctly. And everybody else is just doing it wrong. That's how it feels, right? Another proxy, this time is going to be a gateway. That's a 3 gate. That should be with Blink and Twilight. Is he going into a 4 gate? Oh man, is this going to get scouted again? The answer is yes. So again, MaxPax. With all the intel. He even sees the 4th gate. Not sure if I like a 4 gate. He doesn't even adjust the response. He's just making sentries and shoot batteries. It's honestly kind of crazy though, how he makes this work every time. And how he's just accepting to be in that role. Like, I am the defender. He's just playing kind of tower defense with shield batteries. In 90% of his PvPs. That's insane, right? And the other 10% of Phoenix Wars, so it is definitely a little bit of a crazy approach. You would think that someone would just go there and have his number, right? But it just doesn't happen. But this game, herO looks, he's on the verge of maybe breaking through here. Remember, this is a different response. It's not the Void Ray commitment, and Stalker parts are flying right now here for MaxPax. But he's still keeping on whooping in more units. The shield battery's out of juice, though. He does have an overcharge very soon coming in. One shield battery did just finish up as well here. Overcharge ready, overcharging shield battery here. From the front line. Only 100 energy though, remember. And it's trying to shade in, but that's just not working, and not enough Stalker reinforcements coming in here for herO. Gateway maybe a little bit too far. The shield battery is working a little bit too much overtime. And the trades are even, but that's just not where you want to be as herO, because you are being outmined. And your opponent is the one that is just generating more and more value for himself here. Another overcharge. Shield battery still holding strong. And these Stalkers are trapped now, the probes are here. Wow. Immaculate. And herO down. Another map. There's not much he could have done, right? You can't really go back and play this from behind. It's a mirror match. I'm gonna be behind in tech, in economy, and everything. And your opponent is MaxPax. It's not like he's a gold guy that you can just outplay afterwards. The third time is the charm. Maybe herO can bring it back, but 2 times in a row, MaxPax just made him look like a fool. The second time, even going the same units, looked even better. I guess there wasn't a robo, so he chose to just go gateways as a response as well. You think why, right? So if you have a proxy robo, you have War Prism and Immortals. That's kind of a situation where you want to have Void Rays as the other guy, because the Void Rays are going to be just immune to Immortals. And they are also very good at detouring prisms. And on top of that, the Void Rays will be unaffected by the terrain of your own SimCity. So you'll always have a better point of engagement. You can stack them up. You will always have a better range basically on your units if you do not mess up the engagement. Not that the actual range is higher, but you know what I mean, right? You'll shoot with everything at once, and you will try to have like 5 Void Rays shoot at 1 Stalker at the time, and only 1 Stalker return in the fire. That's the idea. Now, why would you not do it in a, well, 4-gate situation? Because the snowball potential is just a little bit greater in that 4-gate style, because you have more Stalkers, hence you have more potential to just overwhelm. And the issue is, all of that PvP early game cluster clown fiesta, it's just so snowball heavy, and it swings so fast, the pendulum, it just goes so fast from one direction into the other, and it shifts really heavily. So if you can kind of deny that snowball potential, right, by just going into a different unit composition, then that is definitely the way to go. And we saw that being displayed there in this last game. Very well done here by MaxPax, looking immaculate. Excellent. Exquisite. Extravagant. Now, I would like to see just a pylon block, honestly. If herO doesn't want to play the Nexus game himself, if he wants to play the 2-gate, just throw down that effing pylon, block that Nexus. You have already seen your opponents on 1 gate. Like, what's he gonna do? Even if he makes a Zealot, right? I feel like blocking should be the answer, no? I mean, if it would be that simple, then everybody would be doing it already, so it can't be that simple, of course. And this time, herO is going for a Stargate, but there is a Phoenix hallucination already going across the map, and he will scout this. Oh man, he goes directly to the second pylon. Oh boy, an easy scout. You don't really want to cancel this at that point either, right? So he throws down his own, he's gonna be like, alright man, Phoenix Wars, yo, let's go. herO is probably gonna make an Oracle still though, and he will just try to kill the probes. I don't agree with this though. Now why is that? Because look at that, even if he kills, like MaxPax is already up, what, 5 probes? 6 probes even? If he kills, what, 5 probes, right? Against the guy who makes shield batteries for days, that's even gonna be difficult. But even if he gets 5, which would be optimal for 1 Oracle, against shield batteries and stalkers and sentries and whatnot, you are still behind in the worker count. He does go for his own Nexus though. He does go into a Twilight, so he only gets 1 Oracle, immediately goes into Twilight. Okay, I don't hate this choice. Unfortunately, again, a hallucinated Phoenix is gonna come in, it's gonna identify this. He sees the vacant Stargate, and he sees, oh my god, what did happen over here? Ah, he even hits the sentry. Oh boy. Oh man, this is so bad. Ah! Oh, get out! Get out! Get out! The Oracle does come in. Does kill a few probes. 1 with the Oracle. He's gonna try to stasis, but that's not gonna work. A recall to save the Oracle. I like this choice. That looked funny though. The stasis cancelled by the recall. I don't think I've seen that before. And there's the Adept fall in finally. To the Phoenix. Now, I don't think we're gonna see too much of a Phoenix commitment here by MaxPax. He is queuing up the 4th one, but he's already going into a Robo, so I think he might just go to 5 and be done with it, call it a day, go into the Robo, go into the ground transition. He doesn't really have the gateway count yet. Oh wow, he gets Twilight before the 2nd gate even. That looks a little bit greedy to me. But I think he has basically seen what he needed to see. The constant hallucinations have been scouting the army composition, they have been scouting the state of the game, the Nexus, everything. So yeah. I really like it for MaxPax again. He is in the worker lead. He's in the tech lead. He doesn't have it yet, but he will have it in like a minute. And the only thing he's down is his actual production. And he even has all the intel. He sees that, scouts the proxy gate, so he knows, oh herO, my herO, you're gonna be aggressive, aren't you? But herO has a probe in position, so he could just slam down a Nexus and try to make something out of that. This is an issue though. There is a Dark Shrine. The only detection is over here. And it's busy setting up stasis wards, which would not go off on invisible units. Now, herO is poking in with his Stalkers. He's gonna try to snipe a sentry here, but the shield battery a little bit too strong. 1 Stalker accidentally is gonna trigger this. And there's gonna be a revelation. That worries me, because there might not be enough energy for a revelation when the DTs are gonna hit the field here. Well, Nexus is gonna go up, and herO goes into the main, is trying to kill the cybernetics core. If he gets the cybernetics core... Oh my god, these 2 guys. One did get out to tell the tale. if he gets the cybernetic score, then there wouldn't be any more blink stalkers coming in here for MaxPax, and that's something he's going for as his main composition right now, so there would be an issue. We do see the double Phoenix go across the map. He needs some desperate scouting information. He needs to read the state of the game, maybe pick up a probe here or there. He's gonna hopefully scout the third base. Okay, so he sees the transferring probes. And the Oracle comes in and he will blink in and get that cybernetic score. So we don't have a backup cybernetic score. That means there's no additional stalkers, but the DTs are gonna hit the field very soon and the robo is not done yet. Luckily there's no proxy pylon, and oh god, he won't even see the blob. So he just blinked away. He does get the Oracle back home, which could be a saving grace here for him. He just overcharged this. But yeah, you're not gonna see this one either. And they're already kind of splitting into the bases. The Oracle is making a stasis trap, so he has one revelation right now. He doesn't have an observer. He has the robo, and he's making an immortal. He should probably... he has to cancel that one. That's also painful, because he's chrono boosting this as well. Gonna have to cancel that. There's a stasis trap. It catches 3 stalkers, which is nice and all, but now the probes are gonna fall. Look at that immortal. It was almost done. At that point, you kind of need to let it finish, I feel like, and get the observer afterwards. Just... man, this is terrible. Where is the Oracle? Oh god, it's busy setting up a stasis trap. This is gonna be a good stasis trap, yeah, let's say it like it is. It doesn't make up for 60 dead probes, still counting. And infrastructure and other things. So one cannon. And the other one was... killed by the stalkers, but I don't think you can win this fight. There's a Guardian Shield. There's 2 immortals, and I mean, maybe the zealots can swing it into hero's favor here for a moment at least. So he will be able to push this back, but he just lost 20 probes. He needs to desperately remake those. He is still up the base, but I don't think anymore. Oracle is gonna get slaughtered here by the Blink Stalkers from MaxPax. Even one probe in the army here for some reason. He's part of the clan. Part of the gang. This is cool. And the rest are the gang. Cool and the gang. They're having some nice jazz music. Or soul or whatever they made for music, I don't know. Jazz, soul. Not really funk, right? Did they do funk? DT here. Inside the main again, being annoying. Stalker's trying to get that. Well, he actually loses his stalker even, and during that time, whenever he does that, MaxPax just moves across the map. It's like, man, okay. But then he sends a big zealot wave, so MaxPax also moves all of his stalker back. That was actually a clutch move, even though it didn't look like it. That cancel on the 4th base with these zealots. That was a really, really clutch move. So that's well done here by herO. And he will see these stalkers, of course, chasing him now. He's gonna recall these. How many can he keep alive? He loses only 1. That's pretty good. That was a lot of time that he bought for himself. And he also bought a lot of space, so maybe he finally manages to get into a later game here. Maybe he can kind of start to outsmart MaxPax here and out-execute him. He gets another cancel, he has the zealots now inside the natural. Doesn't really do too much damage, but he kills the shield battery, which is going to be a nice setup for the next time he goes in there. That's an annoying DT again, though. That War Prism warping in single DTs being very annoying here. No cannons set up for herO in the crucial positions. He loses another pylon. 2 of his gates unpowered. Needs to repower those. He still hasn't done that yet. Needs to notice this. And there's going to be a couple of zealots being dropped into the main very soon here. Now this is again a lot of open space for herO, for MaxPax to move across the map. There's a cannon now finally, but he still doesn't have the shield battery, so the cannon is gonna die to gang of zealots. And he's even warping in another DT into the main because he killed the detection. Now can herO at least defend his 4th base? If he can keep this one alive, maybe he can swing this whole mess of a game into his favor. His zealots are looking good there on the one side. He does not snipe the Immortal, maybe a little bit of a mistake. The zealots, he tried to leave it up to them, but they didn't have the DPS. They got sniped down by the Stalkers. Now 2 Phoenix to lift 2 units here. In the end, herO does still defend, but look at the main base, what happened during that time. DTs again. Man, DTs again. Now making an Archon even. And more zealots here. And this is exposing again the base in that 4th location here. And this time there's no saving this one. He doesn't have a recall. He's trying to come in with the Stalkers, but it's not enough Stalkers. And MaxPax is just gonna blink out. He does recall the... where is it? This one. The War Prism and these 4 zealots, so all of them get back home. And he doesn't unnecessarily lose them, and that's just, oh my god, another unpowered structure here for herO. And look at that forge being almost done on that +3 research. But this game just doesn't feel like it's going into the direction that herO wants it to. And we see that reflected in the supply, we see that reflected in the state of the army composition, and we see that reflected in all of these DTs being so successful. A Guardian Shield for 2 Stalkers. That's not where you want to have your sentry. Look at that Stalker number. herO again, another DT into his base, and he decides it's time to call it. GG is how we say in Germany. Oh yes. So herO's down. MaxPax. Throw him under the bus.